Hey, thanks for having me.
What would your message be to viewers who are concerned about the price of energy as it is today? Do you think it's only higher from here, or could we go through a period of consolidation?
There's a lot of concern with energy prices, and they're well placed. Energy prices have been extreme, but the message to viewers at home is these prices that they're seeing are completely unnecessary. The answer to providing lower cost energy to Americans around the country, to people around the world, is providing more access to pipeline infrastructure for producers like EQT to connect our low cost supply with the demand centers around the world.
So it's interesting that in a way you think the supply chain is the problem, or maybe even you'd go back to exploration and production. But how much lower do you think our energy prices could be?
Well, I'll give you this example. Right now in Appalachia, where we drill and produce, we've kept energy prices extremely affordable. Natural gas prices today are $3.50. Now, you compare that to what they're seeing in Europe, where gas prices got up to over $60. You should compare that to New England, where gas prices got up to $20. And you say, well, why can we have gas supplies so cheap here in Appalachia, but more expensive in New England and around the world? And the reason is lack of sufficient infrastructure. And when you look at what we've done here in the United States, this cancel movement for blocking pipelines, there's been about 8 BCF a day of pipeline projects that have been canceled. These are pipeline projects that would connect the Northeast with the biggest gas supply in the country and arguably the world, the Marcellus Shale. And we can give those $3.50 gas prices to people that are paying more prices than they need to right now.
You know, I take your point. I know I understand the environmental concerns and the pushback and all the rest of it. But it's right now, I think people are seeing firsthand, because it's the winter, that the change in the high cost of natural gas prices. I wanted to ask you about this is on the subject of oil and gasoline. But the president just said in response to some of the inflation we're seeing that he wants to work like the devil to bring gas prices down. He says he's going to work into supply chains and bring the cost of energy and everything else down for the goods that come to America. What would be the most effective way of doing that right now?
Make it easier for the American oil and gas producer to do what we do, and that's produce low-cost, cheap, reliable energy, and do it in the most environmentally friendly way possible. And this is, the president's exactly right. He needs to be focusing on energy because energy makes up over 50% of manufactured goods here and also in other parts of the country. And when energy gets expensive, manufacturing shuts down. We've seen what happened in Europe, where fertilizer manufacturing plants have shut down due to the high cost of energy. And what that means is that's going to trickle down to high prices of food. And you see what's going on in China, where factories are being throttled back because they don't have enough access to cheap, clean, reliable energy. And that can only be served with U.S. natural gas and U.S. oil. And I'm here to say, we can do a lot more. In the United States, the American upstream producer, we're running around 600 rigs right now. When you look back in the past, we were running 2,000 rigs. So this industry is capable of doing much, much more, but we need cooperation and political support to be able to do the great work that we do every day.
So answer the concern of younger generations who will say there's no way I'm buying natural gas and oil stocks. There's no way we should, invest in more transportation infrastructure for a dying industry in this country.
Well, this is actually the most important part of natural gas and supporting natural gas, because when you support natural gas, you are supporting the biggest green initiative on the planet. And we're talking about attacking the biggest source of emissions around the world. It's foreign coal. And over half the emissions in this world are generated by people burning coal. That is a tremendous opportunity for natural gas, specifically U.S. natural gas, which is produced cleaner than anywhere in the world, to be able to attack that problem. So if you care about climate change, you should actually be leaning into natural gas. You should be supporting our industries because we are the biggest solution to a global climate problem.